Episode of Beerly Out of Bounds. It's your boy, and welcome back to another episode of Beerly Out of Bounds. It's your boy, and welcome back to another episode of Beerly Out of Bounds. It's your boy Rico Daddy Slick here.
How did your crew not get out there? They're playing off!
On the green, we sway with a beer in hand every day. From the tee to the hole, we're just trying to keep control. We're barely out of bounds, drinking and golfing around. A toast to the fairway we raise, for the love of the game and the haze. For the love of the game and the haze.
I don't know if it's about to do that. I don't know.
Hello and welcome back to Beerly Out of Bounds. It's a podcast about golf. I'm your boy, DJ Omaha.
Are you making fun of the fact I told you to look at the camera more often?
I don't know if you told me that. Sorry, we're getting started here a little bit late, guys. Zane forgot how to work a computer apparently, or a lighting set. So
we are
happy to be here and bring you guys another podcast tonight. Zane, how are we doing tonight?
Mad at you. It had nothing to do with me working computers. Everybody knows I'm really good at working computers. It has to do with this light that just won't work. So we're dealing with a terrible lighting situation. Can you stop? That's goofy. You're a goof. Stop it.
I don't know.
You're a goof.
I don't know.
Stop it. So anyway, no, I'm super excited about today's show. We had two really good finishes on tour at the Corrales Punta Cana Championship as well as the RBC Championship. And so there's a lot to go over. You know, some clutch moments and some not so clutch moments to go over. So very interesting stuff happening down on the islands, so to speak. So
Indeed.
Did you catch any of that, Zach?
I caught a little bit of it. This past weekend was pretty busy at the club, so I didn't catch all of it, but I did catch a little bit. I caught enough.
Caught enough to know what went down.
Caught enough.
So, PGA Tour still sucks with their coverage. That's a fact.
And they just still suck in general.
They just still suck in general.
Shout out to my boy Wesley Bryan.
Okay.
Right.
They still suck in general.
R.I.P.
Zach, is there any movement on that whole situation? I haven't heard.
No, he posted a short video on their YouTube channel today saying
sorry.
He didn't really apologize. He just basically said the situation as it is, said that he's using his right as a player to appeal that decision. He said, I still want to thank the PGA Tour for everything that they've done for me. And then,
Good man.
That was it.
Good man.
It was a 1 minute video. I thought it was a perfect response to everything. I probably would have not been as measured. Although, to be fair to him, I imagine his initial response wasn't as measured.
I'm sure.
In fact, he posted today on Twitter. There was something from like Golf Weekly or whatever that's like, what's a rule you would change? And he said having to fill out exemption forms for YouTube videos.
It's a pretty good one.
Yeah,
That's a pretty good
was
choice there.
that was a pretty good one.
That's a pretty good one. But anyway, Zach, it is a beer podcast. What
It
are we
is.
drinking tonight?
So I am drinking a
Drinking air.
I'm drinking a
okay.
Pilsner from
Okay.
Free State of Smith Brewing Company. No label. That's how you know it's the good stuff.
The no label beer. Okay, that's that no label collection Mom's been cooking up.
Yeah, it's the no label connection that Mom's been cooking up.
Collection, not connection. Yeah, that's all right.
So
Words are hard.
the no label Pilsner.
Nice.
It's pretty good.
Good. It's good to hear.
Pretty solid.
I'm really excited to go back up to Tennessee and get some more. So
Yeah, they
hopefully
have
soon.
so much up there right now. It's
They
crazy.
do. I'm thinking about just going one.
Just driving up there
After-
one
yeah.
night.
One night, just cranking some out and then driving early next morning back. That's what I'm thinking about doing. But
Oh, you know,
Anyway,
we're gonna talk about cranking it on the podcast.
I am drinking Miller Lite, the finest of pilsners out there. Very excited to drink
It's
my
fine.
good old trusty Rusty.
It's fine.
Beer always tastes better out of a can. Zach, do you agree?
No, beer tastes best out of the bottle.
That's insanity. That's just insanity. You can hear Shadow in the background squeaking away. But anyway, so what would we want to hit on first, Zach? You want to hit on the tournaments that's happened the past week, or what are we hitting on first?
Well, first we let down our audience. We need to come out and just be upfront. We let you guys down. We made some bets, and we were supposed to deliver on those bets last week,
Oh yeah.
and sadly we did not. So we're going to, at the beginning of the show, deliver on those bets. So both of us owe a shot.
Both of us do.
You're showing what you're drinking. You're doing
Zach's was because of Patrick Reed.
Zane's is because of Patrick.
No, mine is because of Patrick Reed because I didn't think he'd play well the final day.
Yeah.
And Zach's is because of the horrible showing in the Masters Fantasy that he just.
Yes, I did that in
just
Masters Fantasy.
Loser.
it was
What a
So
loser.
Zane's doing Fireball. I'm doing.
What were you, Zach? 90th percentile?
No, it was 80th. I was in the top.
Bottom
80%.
quartile. There we go.
I was
That's
in the
what we
top
like to
80%.
see.
I don't know what it ended up, but I was.
That's
in the
what we
top
like to
80%
see.
at
That's
one
what he
point.
got on the PSA too when we were growing up. Just kidding. He wasn't that bad.
PSA.
PSAT. You know that old test we used to take.
Oh, the practice SAT, dude, I was brilliant.
Well, the PSAT wasn't technically a practice SAT. It's called PSAT, but it's really its own separate test. Anyway, so how are we doing this? So let me just show everybody what I've got for the shot. Fireball. Bow, 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 bow. Oh my God, we did that at the same time. Cinnamon whiskey,
pretty light.
33% alcohol by volume, 66 proof. Whiskey with natural cinnamon flavor. Zach, what are we drinking on your end?
We're doing Old Forge Distillery, hand forged Tennessee Spirits oatmeal cookie moonshine.
Oh, let me go get a shot glass. Keep talking about your thing.
It's really good. You know, it is moonshine, so it burns, but like it's a good burn. It makes me feel alive. It's gonna bring some much needed energy to this podcast. After quite the poor showing. It's a dark place.
Where are you, shot
Okay.
glass? Where'd you
We're gonna be okay. We're gonna bounce back. I think we need to make fantasy a mainstay on this podcast. Man.
I think we do too, because now I have money to deal with.
Okay, just rub it into everyone's face. Why don't you?
Zachary.
We could do it. We could do it at the end of the show or in the middle of the show, if you want.
All right, we're gonna just do it in a mug because I can't find mine. I had a real nice shot glass.
But
was,
we're gonna get better, guys. We're gonna get
It
better.
was actually a I'm amazed I can't find it. It was right there the other day. Must have used it for something. So I'm just going to use this jingle all the way thing because Cinnamon has something
Oh
to do
wow,
with
I have
Christmas.
money in here. I didn't even think I did.
All right, Zach, you got it?
I've got it poured out already. It's in this shot glass right here, which is probably
Is it
about
full? Is it full shot glass?
yeah, it's full.
Let's see it. You gotta
Listen.
show the camera. Show the camera.
I don't know if you can see.
We need a little bit more in there, buddy.
Hey, this is like a 2-ounce shot glass. So big.
No, come on, it's ceramic. You gotta fill that shit up all the way.
Man, this
All
is
right,
2 ounces.
Excuse my language.
This is a 2-ounce shot
Fill
glass.
that thing up.
I'm not doing 2 ounces of moonshine and a beer.
Why not?
Cause it's not a special episode.
I've got
I'm not
50
over
milliliters right here. How many ounces is 50 milliliters? How many ounces is 50 milliliters?
Probably less than 2 ounces.
Less than 2 ounces.
Yeah.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
You ready to go?
Yeah.
All right, ready? 3, 2, 1, cheers. Woo!
Ah, ha, ha, ha.
Fireball. Bow, bow, down, 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 down. Bow, bow, down, 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 down. Bow, down, down. I feel it.
Oh shoot! I didn't know we could bet on Live Golf on DraftKings.
I would bet you can. I mean, it's just like
Well, I
any
know
other,
you can now.
just like any sporting event. Shadow, I'm gonna steal that from you. I got it. Ha ha!
Well, we're gonna implement it next week because right now the Zurich Classic's going on and no one even gives 2 shits about that at all.
Dude, I am not. I don't even know if we should cover the Zurich. I hate it.
It's so
And
stupid.
I hate it more than anything. Well, not more than anything. I hate Hitler too, but I hate it. I mean, it's so bad. We can get into that later. We'll get into that later. We got stuff to cover. Let's go ahead and cover the tournaments that happened this past week.
Yeah.
First off, let's cover the lower tour first. I figure, they don't get enough lower tour. They don't get enough love on any of these shows. And so let's talk about the Corrales Putacana. Zach, were you able to watch that?
I watched a little bit of it. Not a ton, admittedly, just because it wasn't on the TV at work, and I was working all weekend. So,
Sounds like excuses. Zach was off today, boys.
Yeah,
Zach was off today,
it was Wednesday.
and he could have.
Oh, you want me to go back on my day off and watch 8 hours of golf?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
the
not
best,
gonna happen.
That's the best way to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
It's just the best way. I don't know what you're talking about. It's just the best way. So anyway, the Corrales Putacana takes place in the Dominican Republic. It's an event that I think a lot of the guys, if you're not at the RBC, you're going to be playing in it every year.
Yep.
And so you had a couple big names in it, setting up to play in it. Joel Dahmen. You had a couple others in the field. Joel Dahmen had the lead with 3 holes left to play. He had the lead the whole last.
That shit
round.
was so locked up.
It was locked up, and then he proceeded to literally go bogey finish. He missed a putt.
His bogey on 17. He missed a 1-foot putt.
He missed a 1-foot putt. Zach, that's just his head was reeling after that loss. Reeling.
That's so he finished bogey, 16, 17, 18. His bogey on 17 was a 1-foot putt.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
What the frick?
It was insane. It was nuts to watch. It was playing difficult with the wind, sure, but
not that difficult.
And to do what he did to finish, let's look at his scorecard real quick. So let me look up. Hold on, Joel Dahmen. Scorecard. Corrales. Let's go ahead and take a look at his scorecard. So obviously everybody knows like Higo won it.
Yeah.
In South Africa. Garrick Higo, that's his first tour win, which is great. I mean, he's
it's great for him.
25 years old. It's great for him, but it was crazy. I mean, he was in shock. He finished, let's see this. So he finished, where is it? Wow, 4 over 76. He had a 3-stroke lead through 54 holes. And he had the highest final round score of the top 37 finishers.
Yeah.
So it wasn't playing that difficult. And he failed to deliver. He said, you know, he has come so close. He came so close to winning 2 times at that event. But he butchered it. Let's go ahead and watch this video real quick of Joel Dahmen talking about it. It's on a thing here real quick. So let's go into there. I'm going to share my screen. Skip the ad. So let's hear what Joel Dahmen, let's hear from the horse's mouth. Let's see what he says.
I just can't imagine how you feel right now.
I think I'm in a little bit of shock, honestly. It's not how you win a golf tournament, I'll tell you that. I don't deserve to win it. You know, bogey in the last 3s.
Last 3.
Usable. I mean, in the middle of the fairway with an 8-iron, 16 to hit it. Where I hit it, it was tough up and down over there. I don't know what happened on the short one on 17. I mean, I'm obviously nervous, but unfortunately, I'm prone to that at times. It's, you can call it a lapse in concentration. It's not like a yippee thing. It's not like one of those things, but bad time to do it. And then 18 is just a really hard hole, man. We had 220 pin, and wind surfed on it and hit a very average chip. I hit a good putt. I actually thought it was a straight putt and broke a little left on me, and all of a sudden I wake up and I lost my golf tournament. So, and it honestly, it doesn't even, you can look at these last 3 holes, but once again, I 3-putted 2, basically 3-putted 5 again today, hit it in a bunker on 7. Yesterday I made plenty of mistakes. So it's one of those things where, what, 15 under win?
14.
See, so he doesn't even know what won. He thought 15 under won. He's so dazed that he thought 50. He thought that the last hole almost didn't matter.
Yeah.
That's how much of a daze he is.
14-1. So
look at,
that was 16 for 2 days. You're like,
look
what,
at
15
face.
under win?
14.
14.
That face.
That's a great pause.
That is
14.
14? You're telling me I had a shot? You're telling me I didn't have to birdie? What?
Yeah.
Anyway.
1. So I was 16 through 2 days. You're like, hey, if you can get it in the house, you probably think you could. But when you're trying to win a golf tournament, it does weird things to you, and I did not handle it well today.
You've always said winning is hard.
Winning is hard.
Can you just talk us through 16? You're in the fairway there after a good tee shot, and that wind's howling off the left. What was your mindset trying to work out what to do there?
Yeah, so that was the first time I saw a leaderboard in the whole back 9. I kind of figured I was close. I didn't think I was behind, but I saw I had a 1-stroke lead, but didn't change anything. I mean, it's pinned sitting there. We were fighting with, well, my golf swing number 1 for some of it, but we had a good number. I think we had a good plan. We had the 8-iron in there. If I could just flight it, and it would come up probably just 20 feet short in the middle of the green. I mean, you started at the pin, let the wind drift at the middle, and trying to hit it a little harder and smashed it and pull hook in the wind. I mean, that's just a nervy shot is what it is. And then you just can't hit it left of that pin. I mean, you're not going to get up and down very often from over there.
I don't know what else to say, but I guess going next week to play with Harry Higgs, a friend of yours, is that going to give you some comfort next week?
This one could take a while to get over. You know, it's one of those things you learn more in defeat, unfortunately. I don't know what I'm going to learn from this yet. Like I said, I still think I'm in a little bit of shock. Felt like I was in a good headspace. I was in a good headspace, but sometimes your body doesn't cooperate. Kept really calm and cool out there, even when, you know, you 3-putt 13 and miss a short one on 12, you're still fine. I'm still putting the ball in play. I'm still giving myself opportunities. So, but yeah, for next week, I mean, it's probably the best week for me next week is to have fun, have someone to rely on, have someone else's ball in play. It's going to be a great trip with my wife's coming in town without her kids. So we're going to have a great 4 days of.
That's why we're not covering the Zurich Classic.
Yeah, because even they don't get.
It's like a week off for these guys. Oh, we're just gonna go have fun.
Yeah, we're gonna go eat some food. We're gonna go out every night. We're gonna go try and see if we can win a couple grand.
Cool.
Yeah,
I don't care about this tournament.
I agree.
Anyway,
just enjoying each other and yeah, this one's gonna sting for a while.
Just one last one.
Yeah.
Watching you on television on the back nine.
You know what? Actually, pause it again.
It was hard to tell.
If you haven't seen it yet, me and Zane's last monthly match that we did is up finally. That was technically the monthly match for March. So
I did get new microphones that are way better.
I also got a boom mic, so we might not need to wear microphones. So
okay, I'm gonna
test. I'm gonna test it.
Probably
out
be
first,
better.
But,
These are probably gonna be better. Just saying.
Anyway, if you haven't seen the video, go and watch it. I'm going to give you guys a couple seconds to pause if you're listening to this later. And anyway, I can relate to this feeling, just absolutely blowing a match, just absolutely blowing it. Just given my playing partner who's also not playing well. I had so many opportunities to put him away and just could not do it for whatever reason. Just could not do it. I had a couple of things not go my way where I thought they should have, particularly the putt on 8. But
he's just sore. He's a sore loser, guys.
I'm not a sore loser. I'm saying I blew it.
I'm saying I blew it,
and I did. I mean, Zane, do you think you should?
No, you definitely blew it. I suck.
Yes.
You definitely blew it. You blew it harder than Kim Kardashian.
It does come down to the wire, and I tried to make things interesting on the last, but
you blew it harder than people trying to create.
But I think
glass.
the next one we got to do is an 18-hole match, an 18-hole major.
We can do that. I like that. Do that every quarter.
Every quarter.
All right, you ready?
Yep.
Tell whether you were like trying to stay stoic and just walk slowly and calm yourself down, or whether you were churning inside with nerves. Was it a bit of both? Or
certainly was as nervous, and I think in the past I've tried to fight against it. And recently I've tried to take it more head on. Like when you're nervous, embrace, and you have the adrenaline, like attack that and embrace it and run with that. It's like the first round, there's a little bit of adrenaline when you're shooting 62, but you're attacking and you're going after it. And today I want to be on the offense. And I really did. I mean, I was obviously, you have to control your breathing a little bit and try to control your heart rate, but at the same time you're attacking and you're playing offense. And I tried to stay aggressive with my golf swings. I did, but just didn't work out. Sucks.
You've been kind and genuine to us all week, and the fans love you here. So,
you didn't stay aggressive on them putts, bro. like
yeah.
I don't know what to say. I love Joel Dahmen. I do. I love him to death. However, I was actually talking with Branson Davis, my coworker there at the Cup Golf Academy, and we were talking about it.
Did have you guys talk about the Wesley Bryan thing at all, or no?
Yeah.
What is their opinion on it?
Well, Branson is a PGA Tour stan, so he thinks it's legit. Like you knew what you were gonna get into doing that, and it's like that's a stupid opinion. That's just a stupid opinion. Just like whenever you're giving stupid opinions about Rory's a caddy, it's just a stupid opinion. So that's all right.
Yeah, you're right. Rory's caddy sucks.
No, I'm just saying it's a stupid opinion. So anyway, but we were talking and we both seem to agree that Joel Dahmen, he always has this like self-deprecation to him. Even on the thing, you could see it. Like he doesn't think he's all that. He's not like a lot of those guys who, literally like strut. He's one of those guys that is very low key.
Yeah.
And in some ways, it helps him.
Mm-hmm.
However, I think in these moments, it hurts him.
Really?
I think so. In these moments where it needs to be more like grit, like you see from JT or Rory, Joel Dahmen just doesn't do it.
Yeah, you're right. Rory's really great at closing out events.
No, I'm not. He closed out the Masters.
Did he?
Yes, he did.
Did he?
He won in the playoff, knocking it to like 3 feet. Yes, he did.
Okay.
That's not even debatable. Now you can
It's
say it happened later than it should have.
For sure debatable.
You can say it happened later than it should have.
Uh-huh.
But what you can't argue is he didn't close it out.
He definitely didn't close it out.
Yes, he did. Are
Zane,
you kidding me?
Zane, that tournament was over. No, Zane, that tournament was over on 13. That tournament was over on 13.
Justin Rose had to shoot. Justin Rose had to shoot his best major championship.
And if he would have been even par from 13 on, it wouldn't have mattered. Even par. I'm not asking the guy to shoot.
If Justin Rose doesn't shoot what he did, Rory wins outright.
Yeah, that's great.
Everybody else played bad that final round. I just don't get this argument like what Rory did is not impressive. I don't get this argument. Everybody else played like shit. I don't get this argument.
Not everyone else played like shit.
A lot of other people played like shit.
A lot of other people did.
Yeah.
Patrick Reed didn't.
Yep.
Oberg didn't. Oberg didn't.
So Patrick Reed, let's be honest. Holing out from the fairway on 17 is a lucky shot, right?
Of course. So is Rory's shot when he hit it to 3 feet, hitting a hook around the trees on that par 5.
That's a little less lucky than holing it out.
Less lucky? Yes.
Yeah.
But hitting it to here from that far, I mean, granted, he did miss the putt because it's Rory McIlroy on the back nine of a major championship. But like, we agreed last week that he was not trying to hit it that close.
Dude, Zach, you are just like
no, Zane, you can't change your opinion on it now.
I am all for Rory hatred. I am all for it. But it's got to be rational. It's got to be. It can't be.
How is that irrational?
How is that irrational? Are you're joking, right?
Explain it to me.
How is it irrational to say what Rory did is not close out the Masters? How is that irrational?
Objectively, he didn't.
Objectively, he did. He hit the shot he needed to on 18 on the first playoff hole. It didn't go to extra. It didn't go to extra playoff holes. First playoff hole.
Hey Zane, guess what? What, Zane? Guess what? Any playoff hole is extra holes. Okay, he did not close it out. He let
the first playoff hole.
He let everyone else back into the event.
But Zach, no, I would I disagree.
No,
I disagree because everybody else didn't get let back into the event because everybody else played shitty. You had Patrick Reed, who maybe had a chance. If he doesn't 3-putt 13. If he doesn't 3-putt 13.
I thought it was a 4-putt.
It was a 3-putt. Go back and look. If he doesn't 3-putt 13, right? Then he's in it.
Yeah.
But the problem is that's a big if, right?
Oberg was closer. On 17, if Oberg doesn't 3-putt, he's in it.
Okay.
All he needs to birdie is the last, and he's in the playoff.
Okay. But what I'm saying is two. So it's like that's a fault.
I don't want to keep arguing about this. So let me make my point very clear so you can understand it. The tournament was over on 13.
Rory McIlroy sucks.
He's just got to get it to the clubhouse. Exactly what Joel Dahmen just said. He's just got to get it to the clubhouse. And what does he do? Are you guys ready for a roller coaster ride?
I disagree. I disagree that this in
Zane,
any
closing
way
it out
resembles.
means getting it done.
I
before
think this
playoffs.
is ridiculous to compare.
Closing
this.
it out means getting it done
It's
before
ridiculous.
playoffs.
It's ridiculous to compare this with the final round Rory McIlroy had at the Masters. It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. Rory did not.
Let me
not bogey the last 3 holes to lose the championship. Rory did not bogey the last 3 holes.
Zane. The only reason I brought it up is because you said he just doesn't have that strut in him, that fire to close it out. And I'm thinking, and you said Justin Thomas and Rory McIlroy, and I'm thinking Rory McIlroy shot like 3 over on the back 9 to let everyone back into the tournament. What are we talking about?
Are you like? But do you not see the other people, the other rounds that were shot on the back 9 of that same tournament? Are we not smart enough to understand strokes gained? Are we not smart
do you
enough?
want to look at the strokes, Zane? Do you actually want to take a look at the strokes gained against the field for Rory McIlroy on that?
Not against the field, against the final 10 players, against the final. Even if you do the final 4 groups, Zach. Do the
Zane,
final
I don't
4
think
groups,
you want to
Zach.
know the answer.
I think I do. I think I do.
Think you do.
I think I do.
I think he probably had the worst back 9 of all of them.
Hold on just a second.
I think he probably had the worst back. Definitely the worst last 5 holes, 5 or 6 holes. I mean, he played like dog shit down the stretch.
Sorry, the dog need to be taught a lesson. So I didn't spank him. For those of you that can't see that,
No one can see it, Sam.
I just took his toy away from him. I can see it on my screen. So anyway, what were you saying? I'm sorry.
I'm saying I think he probably had the worst back 9 out of all of them. Definitely the worst 5 or 6 last holes. You know, that part that
Oberg tripled 18.
I know. And that still probably makes Rory's back 9 worse.
No.
I mean, I'm going to look it up, but I'm pretty sure.
You're going to have to look this up later because this is going to take too long to look
No,
that up.
you just go ahead. You talk. I'm good.
You talk. I'm good. So Joel Dahmen, he did tweet out. He said, if anyone is wondering what it feels like to give away a golf tournament, it sucks. I'm learning from it, and I will have another chance. The amount of support and well wishes I've received have been amazing. I thank you to everyone onward and upward. Sure. It is what it is. Like, I don't think here's what I don't like. I don't know who tells them to post all this stuff on Twitter or X now. I almost would rather them not post anything. Does that make sense? Like, I think this is worse for your mental state doing like posting this than not posting it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just think it's better just to let it go and just if you're going to learn from it, learn from it. I don't think you need to be saying anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't know. So if anybody's wondering, let's go. And I know I had his putt. Here it is. You ready? So this is his putt on 17. He makes this. You pull it up.
Oh
He makes this.
This is so bad.
It's so bad. He makes this and he ties Harry Higo and goes into a playoff. Even bogeying 18. Let's watch it.
For the par.
I mean, dude. Look how soft he hits this.
For the par.
Waves at it. Let's watch it one more time. Zach, he needs to go to Zach's putting school is what he needs to go to.
Yeah, true.
Put this shit in the back of the cup.
Do not even think about, is this breaking?
You're going right edge.
You're
not
hitting
even
that,
right edge, inside right edge, and you're nailing it.
Yeah. You're hitting it with like 5 feet of pace.
Not only that, look how quickly he steps. Watch. Look
I
at
mean,
this.
he knows immediately it's not in.
Yeah.
Right off the putter face. He knows he pulled it. I mean, he said it wasn't yippy. That's yippy.
Oh, 100%. If we look at the stroke.
For the par.
He just waves at it. He almost looks up right at the
For the
hole.
par.
Look at it. I mean, so I don't know. I feel really bad for him. I feel really, really bad for him. But anyway, Zach, you got any last thoughts on that?
I do not, Zane.
All right. Well, let's go on to Justin Thomas. So Justin Thomas, let's go ahead on to him winning the RBC. Zach, did you watch that golf tournament at all?
I watched a little bit of it. Justin Thomas got off to a hot start, really cooled off in days 2 and 3, and then kind of picked it back up on the final day. I also took a penalty stroke for his ball moving in a bunker, which was interesting. But
okay. Can we watch this real quick?
Yeah.
So I haven't even seen this yet. I just want to hear I want to hear how they back this up. Do you see what I'm reading right now?
Oh, dude, I was going to talk about this after we talked about the results, but
Okay. Well, do you want to wait to talk about that?
let's wait to talk about that.
Okay, so Justin Thomas, he just won his 16th PGA Tour event on his 250th start. This is awesome. This just goes to show you how he ranks among the other players in history, as far as other players, other major champions. You got Jordan Spieth, Rory McIlroy, Dustin Johnson, Phil Mickelson, Ernie Els, and Tiger Woods. So obviously him and Jordan Spieth are about the same, just because they started around the same time.
I mean, they literally grew up playing junior golf against each
Well,
other.
they started the same year, I think, on the PGA Tour, or maybe a year apart. And so they have very similar top 25s. They've got very similar top 10s, very similar top 3s, and Justin Thomas has 3 more wins than Jordan Spieth. Jordan Spieth does have more majors though, and major top 10s. Jordan has more. And then if you look on here, you've got Rory McIlroy. He's got more by that 250 number. Dustin Johnson's got more by that 250 number. Phil, Ernie has the same amount of wins, but way better top 3, top 10s, top 25s.
Yep.
Zach, would you be one to argue that the tour is harder now than it used to be whenever in Ernie Els' day, or
yes.
I would too. So I would say they have about the same career, honestly.
I would agree.
And then Tiger Woods,
obviously,
up until this point, up until that point. And then Tiger Woods obviously blows him out of the water. So if we're just looking at Justin Thomas, he's having about the same career that Ernie Els had.
Yeah.
It really has. Missed cuts, obviously. They play more events. He's going to miss more cuts than Ernie did.
Yeah.
They have almost the same amount of top 25s. Of course, I would argue it's harder to play now than Ernie's day.
I would agree.
So he's having about the same career as Ernie Els. Now, this is great. But Zach, what do you think about this?
I mean, I tweeted about it. I think that's a ridiculous opinion to call him the best.
We're not on to that yet. Don't.
What do I think about what?
Yeah, exactly.
What do I think about what? About him winning?
No, what do you think about his legacy? Where does this win put him in your mind as far as
I mean, I feel like I hate to do this, but I feel like for guys like Justin Thomas, guys like Jordan Spieth, guys like that are like already multiple time PGA Tour champions. Does he have double digit PGA Tour wins? Is that what that showed?
Yeah, 16.
Yeah. So guys with double digit PGA Tour wins, like for them, like obviously it's a big deal when they win.
Huge.
Like that's an obvious thing. I'm not even gonna try and say it's not. But at the end of the day, when it comes to legacy, it comes down to majors. And when you talk about Justin Thomas and his career as a whole, you're going to talk about his 2 PGA championships, not his RBC win in 2025.
Ooh, that's a tough opinion there.
I don't think really. I mean, you talk about like
I just here's my deal with it. So like I hope this gets a run for him and he does become that.
Yeah.
I don't but let's talk a little bit more before we get into the Dahmen hack Eamon Lynch, because I think they're both hacks as far as their opinions on
I was gonna bring it up later, and I was gonna say two of Zane's favorite people.
I think they're so bad at commentary. Anyway, Justin Thomas, just a couple other facts about this win. This was his first win in 1,064 days.
Yeah.
That's
been a while.
That's a long time. 3 years since he won at Southern Hills.
Yep.
And, that was a great tournament. He played great. It relied on a choke job by one Mito Pereira.
100%.
But it was
Shout
a
out to
great
Mito.
win, and he did have to win in a playoff against Will Zalatoris, who can't make a putt inside of a hole with 6 inches diameter. You know, so yeah. But
I saw it's so funny. I had an Instagram reel pop up about Will Zalatoris's like practice putting routine. I'm like, I don't know if he's the guy
yeah.
you're gonna take putting practice advice from. Like, I'm sure the way he practices is fine, and in fact, it's probably really good.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, he's just terrible at execution, and he's not the guy I would interview. Like, hey, what do you work on? Or how do you work on your putting?
Yeah. Well, Justin Thomas talked about how like he went to Xander Schauffele. We may pull up that video here in a second. He went to Xander Schauffele late last year and asked him like, "Hey, man, dude, do you mind if I like hang out with you for like 2 or 3 hours and just pick your brain?" And Xander was nice enough to allow him that and kind of showed him, just asked him a ton of questions about what he's doing. And Justin Thomas kind of figured himself out again.
That's like me and Tommy. That's what Tommy will do.
Same thing. That's the same thing. It's exactly this. There's no difference. It's just like you and Tommy.
There isn't, because it's two peers, who work closely together.
Yeah.
And
keep
one
going.
almost always beats the other. And so the one that always gets beat comes for advice.
Yeah.
Shout out to
exactly right. That's exactly right. So anyway, all right. Well, let's go ahead into into some of this interesting stuff. I think it's interesting. So he wears a whoop around his bicep, not around his wrists, because he obviously doesn't want it to affect his play. And this shows that his heart rate reached 126 beats per minute during his winning 21-foot birdie putt on Sunday. Let's go ahead and watch. Ready?
That's Zane's resting heart rate when he hasn't had a
21 feet. Is it the winning putt?
120?
21 feet.
It's 120 as he's hitting it. That's insane.
Is it the winning putt?
Bang! 126. I'm amazed it's only capping out at 126 at that moment. I would have thought it would be going.
I mean, that's
higher.
pretty high.
That is very high. It's
I mean,
amazing it was at 120 the
rest.
moment he hit it. Isn't that
I
insane?
can't imagine my heart rate being at 120 in a golf event.
Well, especially the moment you hit the ball.
No, I'm kidding.
That's a.
I'm 100% sure in the North Chapter Championship, my heart rate got over 120.
Over putts like that?
Not over putt. Over that last tee shot? Yeah.
I don't know if my heart rate. Again, I'm not playing for the RBC Heritage, but like, that's high.
Also, you haven't been in contention very often.
Yeah, I haven't been in contention very often, so there's that. And
No,
so
the reason my heart rate was probably that high then is because I was actually in contention at that point.
So this is the video I was talking about. Can we watch this real quick?
Yeah.
All right.
Justin, statistically, this is the best you've putted in years.
Yep.
What's behind the improvement?
So can I say something real quick? So it's paired with his wedge game. Him putting as well as he did at the RBC, he was going to win.
Yeah.
It was Novak played amazing golf, but Justin Thomas is a fiend with his
I
wedges.
also want to talk about someone else that collapsed, Siwoo Kim.
Yeah.
I mean, shoots a 74 on the final day.
Yeah.
Where he was I mean, he looked unstoppable on that course on days 2 and 3, 64, 66. And then shoots a 3 over on the final day to lose by 5 is just.
Yep.
I mean, he shoots a 70, which would have been his worst round of the week, and he would have been in a playoff.
Yeah, that would have been. So.
Or 70 or 69. Still would have been his worst round of the week, and he would have been in a playoff.
Yep. Definitely. So let's go ahead and watch the rest of this.
Yeah.
I'd say I told Todd this a couple days ago. We were talking about it. It just is obviously it's a lot of work and time spent on it, but I mean as funny as it is, a huge help. I called Xander at the end of last year because I think he's one of the best putters and fundamentals, and not just putting but everything, and I just was like, can I just pick your brain for like 2 or 3 hours, just talk to you about putting? And so he came out with me, and then he just was asking me a bunch of different questions. And I mean, you guys obviously know Xander, but he doesn't leave any box unchecked. He's going to, like he said that day, he's like, if it has anything to do with you potentially improving in golf, I've probably done it or tried it. And so I just was talking to him about his process and how he reads screens and how he sees things and his practice and everything. And it honestly was.
Can you pause real quick?
Yes.
I would kind of ask something, and I was like, well, yeah, like
this is probably a comment that I don't need to make, but I forgot how old Justin Thomas looks right now.
What do you mean?
He just looks old.
Okay.
And I know that, like, I'm also looking older, but, like,
okay.
Justin Thomas looks like he's 40. How old is Justin Thomas?
31. He's 31 years old.
Oh, my God. He looks
kind of funny. Him and Xander are the same age.
I would argue. What does Xander's career look like?
We'll look at it. Hold on.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
I used to do that, and then it was like, well, how about something like this? Like, yeah, I used to use the string line here, okay. And then it just, the more I was talking, I'm like, I don't do any of the things that I used to do my best putting years, like 2017.
That's what happens to a lot of people.
Very regimented of the things that I did, and how he said it is, I had a home base, and I had no home base. I had things that I did, but it was a very vague bag of things, and there was no consistency to it. And I feel like I used to have a very good home base of fundamentals and things that I did. So it honestly, while he helped, it was more of the questions he asked made me realize that I'm trying basically too hard, and I'm trying too many different things, versus I think it's a serious skill to continue to work on the things that you do really well and not doing it differently. And I think that's been more of what it is. It's just I have my fundamentals and things that I do.
Zane, I know,
and I'm sticking to them.
I know that me and you could both relate to this. Being golf professionals is constantly trying to work on things and tighten things up that we're already pretty good at, and we end up making them worse.
Yeah, 100%. Happens to everybody.
Yeah. But I mean, especially with us, because we like, like we see things that are like, I know for sure.
Can I give you an example?
Sure.
Look, me trying to swing like Ludwig Oberg.
Yeah, me trying to swing like anyone else besides Dustin Johnson. I don't know why I ever tried it.
That's exactly right. Yeah,
because like I would never teach anyone the swing I make. I would never teach that ever.
I would. My swing's pretty conventional.
My swing's very conventional. Mine's not.
Swing is very yours is not.
Mine's
yours is
not.
The opposite of conventional.
Mine's the opposite of conventional.
It's like,
but you know what?
Wipe across it. That's what your swing is like. Let me wipe this thing.
Hey, you know what? Shit works. Excuse my French. It works.
You just time it up well.
Do it. It works.
Yeah.
And me trying to fix my golf swing to make it more conventional.
Yeah.
I played worse golf. And you can get into the habit of like trying to like tinker to where you actually end up messing up what you were doing well. But anyway,
Yeah.
that's all I got for that part.
Yeah. So if you're wondering how Xander compares with Justin, Xander has 12 PGA Tour wins. He started later on the PGA Tour than Justin did.
Yeah.
Justin has 15. Top 10s, Xander has 32. Justin has 43. Xander has 120 top 25s. Justin Thomas has 132. And then major wins. Xander has one, which is the PGA Championship in 2024, where he beat out Tony Finau. And then Justin Thomas has 2, the PGA Championship 2017 and 2022.
No, he did beat out Tony Finau.
Oh, not Tony Finau. Yeah, that's right. That's exactly right. Never mind. Sorry.
Is that Valhalla?
Yeah. I was thinking his first PGA Tour win. He beat out Tony Finau. Yeah. Sorry about that. My bad.
Yeah.
But anyway, I mean, so they're ranked pretty closely. I mean, I don't know.
I'd probably give the edge to Justin Thomas career-wise.
Career-wise, yeah, absolutely.
But also, like you said, Schauffele got into it a little bit later than JT did.
Sure.
So,
yeah, if you have if your career is shorter, it's gonna be bound to be. I think if you did it per year, I think it looks about the same.
Yeah.
But it's not that way. So
yeah. So.
I think probably the edge goes to Justin. So let's go ahead and look at real quick. Since is there anything else you want to cover before we go over that? Oh, one more thing. This is insane, dude. I saw this. How is this man not won more? He has 9 professional course records.
Oh yeah, I did see this.
59 at Waialae.
No. Let me be very clear about this. Some of those are not solo course records.
Sure. Who gives a flying F? He's shot 59 at Waialae Country Club, 61 at Harbortown, 61 at Pete Dye Stadium Course, 61 at Medina, 61, and these are not easy golf courses.
No.
61 at Plantation Course at Kapalua, 61 at TPC Kuala Lumpur, 62 at TPC Sawgrass, 63 at Erin Hills, and 65 at Wingfoot.
So I want to say this.
This is insane, dude.
I want to say that I was talking to someone about this earlier this week, and I was saying I think when Justin Thomas is playing Justin Thomas's best golf, he's probably as good as anybody in the world.
Mm-hmm.
When Justin Thomas is on and everyone else, let's just even playing field, everyone's on their game, I don't think Justin Thomas is beatable.
Yeah, I mean, he's one of those guys, I swear to God, it's a timing thing for him.
Yeah.
If his swing, if he's timing it right, bro has the best golf game.
Yeah. He doesn't have any weak points when he's on.
No, he has the best golf game in the world. Problem is that swing, because he gets his hands up high and away from him, it's a timing game, and you got to hit tons of balls, and that's why you see him doing all those drills by himself and doing those videos of the swing. He has to hit a ton. He has to hit balls to be able to do that the way he does. Now,
noodles out there and 63 alignment rods.
Huh?
Gotta have 83 pool noodles and 63 alignment rods.
It's a lot, man.
Last year,
it's a
after
lot.
After he left
man.
his coach.
Oh man, yeah, the pool noodle thing. I remember us looking at that and going, dude, like it's okay when we it's okay when we do it because we're helping like amateurs. But
well, we're helping amateurs, and also we don't have millions and millions of
dollars. Like there's other ways you can go about that. And anyway,
yeah,
it's just kind of funny.
It is funny.
It is pretty.
That's
funny.
how you could tell he was in a bad sort of way. He's got like 6 pool noodles lined up and
correct. Yeah, correct.
Dude,
yes.
You thought his game was bad? Wait till you see this video.
That's exactly right. So let's go ahead and watch this. This is the Golf Today. NBC.
Man.
Love NBC. NBC has the worst takes in broadcasting. I mean, they are just so effing bad.
They're pretty terrible.
They're so bad.
This is arguably one of the worst.
Let's go ahead and listen. Ready?
I would make an argument he's actually the best American player of his generation. Yeah, he's got a couple of years head start, obviously, on Scotty Scheffler in terms of racking up those wins, and Scotty may well pass him in short order. But if you're looking at that sort of famous class of 2011 that merged onto the PGA Tour, I don't see anybody who's really doing what Justin Thomas has: the 16 wins, the 2 majors, the Players' Championship, constant FedEx Cup presence, FedEx Cup champion. I would make an argument he's actually the best American player of his generation. Yeah, he's got a couple of years
Listen,
head
I
start,
love
obviously,
recency
on Scotty
bias
Scheffler.
as much as the next guy.
Hold on, we have to play that back. It was so low. Can we play that back real
Yeah,
quick?
we can play it back. Yeah.
I would make an argument he's actually the best American player of his generation. Now, he's got a couple of years head start, obviously, on Scotty Scheffler in terms of racking up those wins, and Scotty may well pass him in short order. But if you're looking at that sort of famous class of 2011 that merged onto the PGA Tour, I don't see anybody who's really doing what Justin Thomas has: the 16 wins, the 2 majors, the Players' Championship, constant FedEx Cup presence, FedEx Cup champion. I would make an argument he's actually the best American player of his generation.
That was it. Sorry.
Now, he's got.
Yeah.
Zach, what do you say?
I mean, listen, man. The best American player of his generation is crazy. Listen, let's not even bring in like Scotty Scheffler. We don't even have to bring
Which again is like, hold on. Like 28 years old. So Scotty's what, 3 years younger?
Yeah.
I would argue they're the same generation. No?
I would argue they're the same generation.
Anyway. So leaving, like, that's a big if in that sentence.
Yeah, let's not even bring in.
Let's not include the best golfer in the world right now.
Yeah. Let's not include the world number 1 right now.
Yeah.
But look at his best friend. You don't even have to go far.
Yes.
Jordan Spieth is a person that exists.
Correct.
Jordan Spieth is without a doubt had a better overall career than Justin Thomas.
Look at Brooks Koepka.
Well, I'm saying not even Brooks Koepka.
Brooks Koepka has 5 majors.
You take a look at Justin Thomas, and then you look just to his left, and there's Jordan Spieth, and it's like, oh yeah, Jordan Spieth. You don't even have to look at the Live Tour with Brooks Koepka. Look at the guy standing next to Justin Thomas, Jordan Spieth.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, and again, I understand that winning PGA Tour events is hard. But at the end of the day, when it comes to legacy, when it comes to are you better than X?
Yeah.
You look at one thing, especially when you're comparing players from the same generation.
Mm-hmm.
You look at majors.
Yes, 100%. Well, so can I say something real quick? So if you're defining the best American golfer of Justin Thomas's generation, you're talking about anybody born around, I think 93 is when he was born. So you're looking at anybody born early 90s, right? You're looking at anybody born in the early 90s or late 1980s.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, so Brooks Koepka was born in 1990. Okay. Koepka has 9 PGA Tour wins. Could have been more. Last 3 years, he's played on a tour that is not PGA, including, so he also won 5 majors. That's the 2017 and 2018 U.S. Open, the 2018, 2019, and 2023 PGA Championship.
Yeah.
So he won it while he was on the other tour.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. That to me tells me that he's the better golfer.
Yeah.
Because you win when the lights are brightest, right?
Yeah.
That's what that tells me. And then you look at Scheffler, and Scheffler's 96, 3 years removed from Justin. Scheffler, obviously,
hell, you can make the argument for Bryson DeChambeau.
Scheffler has 12 PGA Tour wins, including 2 Masters, and he's got 3 years less than Justin Thomas. So, including 2 Masters in 2022 and 2024, and the world number 1 for much of 2022 and 2024. through 2024. He in his 2024 season, Zach, he won the Olympic gold medal, 3 straight PGA Tour Player of the Year awards. That's obviously the best in recent history since Tiger Woods.
Yeah.
And as far as like consistency in ball striking, he's way more exceptional than Justin Thomas, and way more consistent at doing it.
Yeah.
You know,
but I mean, you could make the argument even for Bryson DeChambeau. No one brought Bryson up in this conversation, but you could make the argument for him. He's got 9 PGA Tour wins, including 2 majors. So like, and then a couple wins on Live. Like, in many respects, Bryson DeChambeau and Justin Thomas are neck and neck.
In many respects, yeah.
So, like, you could make the argument one over the other.
Very
and Bryson hasn't played on the PGA Tour in 3 years.
4 years, yeah.
3 or 4 years when he's been playing arguably the best golf of his career.
And he also won 2 Live Golf titles.
Yes.
In that time.
So, like, when you're talking about American golfers of this generation, Bryson DeChambeau also 31.
And maybe that's why they're saying it. You know, maybe that's why, because Eamon Lynch hates Live.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure so does Dahmen Hack, because they're all in that kind of information silo there at NBC. Yeah. And maybe that's why they're saying it, because they feel like they have to promote the PGA Tour over Live. It is not clear to me that Bryson is not as good as that Pete Bryson is not as good as Justin Thomas.
Yeah. Well, like, I think my whole thing is, like, you don't even have to go to those Live guys. If you don't want to, if that's like something you don't want to do, you don't have to go that far.
Correct.
You take a look at Justin Thomas, you look at the guy that's standing directly next to him in Jordan Spieth, and I would argue Jordan Spieth, in terms of career, has had a better career than Justin Thomas.
Yeah.
It's not that complicated. Like, if you don't want to include the Live guys, don't include them. But, like, even if you're not including them, he's not the best golfer of his generation.
Well, and this is why making these statements this early, like, maybe Eamon Lynch, you know, maybe he's vindicated by another championship win, or, like, if he goes on to win the US or British Open this year or the PGA, you know, maybe that solidifies it a little bit. But right now, which is the argument, it's not clear. And so let's go back and listen one more time to what he said specifically. You ready?
Yeah.
Here we go. So this is
I would make an argument he's actually the best American player of his generation.
So I would make the argument he's the best player of his American generation. That's just not, like, I don't know. I can't make with any certainty who is. So for you as a golf journalist to say he is,
my argument would
ludicrous.
argument would be Spieth or Koepka.
No.
But, like,
I don't even know if
Justin
you can make
Thomas
an
isn't in that conversation for me.
I think he's in the conversation. That's not my argument. My argument is
I don't think
no one can make that argument just clear cut boom. Like, that is it. You know, but here's Eamon Lynch again. Let's go ahead and play it one more time.
Argument he's actually the best American player of his generation.
That's like point blank. Like, he's saying he is the best player of his American generation.
Now, he's got a couple of years head start, obviously, on Scotty Scheffler in terms of those wins, and Scotty may well pass him.
So Scotty may as well pass him, but Scotty's passed him in the major count.
Yeah.
Or no, tied him in the major count. Right? 2 Masters.
He's behind Jordan in the major count.
He's behind Jordan Spieth in the major count. And let's be honest, and if you're being 100% honest, majors are what matter.
When it comes to legacy and you're determining players from a generation who all played together,
you're looking at
majors is what matters.
100%.
But if you're looking at that sort of famous class of 2011 that merged onto the PGA Tour, I don't see anybody who's really doing what Justin Thomas has, the 16 wins, the 2 majors, the Players' Championship.
So now you're just changing the argument. You're changing it from his generation, which would be a full, I would say about 5 years, 5 to 10 years window That's what you consider a generation. Now he's saying, oh, the class of 2011.
Who was in that class of 2011?
Dude, the best of his class is a different argument than best of his generation, right? I mean, am I wrong, Zach?
Let me look at who's in that class. I'm just curious.
He's probably definitely the best in that class.
I'm looking.
Buddy.
Well, Jordan Spieth's in that class, so
Keegan Bradley, Chris Kirk, Charles Schwartzel, Scott Stallings, Brendan Steele, Jonathan Vegas. He's probably.
I mean, it shows a picture of the class,
probably,
and Jordan Spieth is standing right there.
Huh?
I mean, Jordan Spieth is standing right there when they're talking about that class. Like, I'm looking at a picture.
Wow, I think he was on the scene a year earlier
Like
than Justin Thomas.
Limiting it to a class is so dumb. Anyway.
Yeah. So Spieth turned in 2012. Thomas says Thomas turned in 2013.
Maybe they're talking about high school class of 2011. I don't know.
Maybe high school class of 2011.
I have no idea.
Yeah, they were talking about high school class of 2011, which is not the same thing. Yeah, that's not the same thing. I don't know why he's even bringing that up. If you're making the argument, again, let's go ahead and talk about this. If you're making the argument that he is the best American player of his generation, that is a separate argument to the best American player of his class. Not the same thing, not even remotely, actually. If you're the best player in a year, that's very different than being the best player out of like 5 to 10-year windows.
What do PGA Tour what do PGA Tour young guns Jordan Spieth, Justin Thomas, Daniel Berger, Emiliano Grillo, Patrick Rodgers, and Ollie Schneider-Jans have in common? They are all 2011 high school graduates. So that's what they're talking about. And Jordan Spieth is right there.
Yeah. Again, it's a toss-up between him and Jordan. And their careers still aren't over.
Their careers.
So
yeah.
the idea that Justin Thomas is
head and shoulders
above Jordan Spieth by the end of their careers is just not certain.
But like he's not even saying.
And for Eamon Lynch to be
he's not saying by the end of their careers. He's saying I'm not seeing anyone from even that class directly mentioning Jordan Spieth when he says that, doing what Justin Thomas is doing with 16 PGA Tour wins, 2 majors. It's like.
Correct.
I would make an argument
let's
he's
watch
actually
it
the best
one more
American
time.
player of his generation. Yeah, he's got a couple of years head start, obviously, on Scotty Scheffler in terms of racking up those
That's
wins.
a big
Scotty may
caveat. Anyway,
pass him in short order. But if you're looking at that sort of famous class of 2011 that merged onto the PGA Tour, I don't see anybody who's really doing what Justin Thomas has: the 16 wins, the 2 majors, the Players' Championship, constant FedEx Cup.
Yeah, Jordan Spieth doesn't have a
so we're rattling off tournaments.
What are we talking about right now, dude?
We're
Imagine.
So you're rattling off wins. I can do the same thing, rattling off Jordan Spieth's wins. I can do the same thing. Like he's going the Players' Championship, the PGA Championship, the PGA Championship. Then it's like, okay. Let's do this.
The Masters, the U.S. Open,
the Masters, the U.S. Open,
PGA Championship.
You know what I mean? Yeah, it's like I can do the same thing
doing right now, dude. Come on. By the way, Justin Thomas is a year removed from missing out on the FedEx Cup.
Yeah, so is Jordan Spieth.
I thought Jordan Spieth finished inside the top 130. I'm talking about Justin Thomas finishing outside the top 130. Yes, he did.
No, Jordan Spieth played worse.
No.
100%.
FedEx Cup.
I'm pretty sure you have that backwards.
Because Jordan Spieth got into the 130 tournament. I don't think he got in the top 70 tournament, but Hold on. I'm gonna double check, but I'm pretty sure.
I think you're
Hold on,
wrong,
hold on,
bud.
hold on.
I
Control
think you
F.
have that. I think you have that. I think you have that backwards.
That's
I think you do.
2025. I want 2024. Can I do 2024, please, dog? Please. Okay. I want an entire list. No, I remember this because Jordan Spieth did make it into the top. Where was he? I can't tell what place he was in. Oh, there we go. Jordan Spieth last year finished 63rd in FedEx Cup. He did not make it to the BMW, but he made it to the FedEx St. Jude. Yes.
So you were right.
Justin Thomas is a year removed from not making the FedEx Cup playoffs. And he's like, the constant FedEx Cup playoffs. A year removed from finishing outside the top 130. The top 130.
Yeah, dude, I know.
What are we talking about?
Trust me.
Come on.
It's even Lynch. He blocked me on X because he's a fool.
And I pity the fool that blocked Zane on it.
I pity the fool that blocks me on X, bro. I just throw out L's for days. You know what I'm saying? So we've got some live news here. Branson, my esteemed colleague, he brought this to my attention. And Zach, I'm just gonna have to bash live for just a moment, if you kindly let the man do it. So Bud Light's former VP of marketing, Alyssa Heinerscheid, responsible for nearly ruining the brand by putting Dylan Mulvaney's face on a can, has seemingly been working for Live Golf for the past 8 months. During the Bud Light boycott, Heinerscheid in an interview said she wanted to change the fratty and out-of-touch image that helped Bud Light gain success and instead make it more inclusive. Isn't Live Golf's main identity trying to make professional golf more fun, like a frat party? Zach, let's hear your argument.
My argument?
Let's hear it.
I think
Come on.
I think it's a bad
Let's hear
hire.
It's a terrible hire.
Like what you want me to say? I think it's a bad hire. I don't.
Business operations, please. This is the video.
I'm a businesswoman. I had a really clear job to do when I took over Bud Light. And it was, this brand is in decline. It's been in decline for a really long time. And if we do not attract young drinkers to come and drink this brand, there will
First off, anybody who has wall art behind them, clearly drawn by their 2-year-old, immediately, especially on a call like this, immediately loses a bunch of respect from me. Like if you're trying to talk about a serious topic,
I don't necessarily.
Okay, whatever.
be no future for Bud Light. So I had this super clear mandate. It's like we need to evolve and elevate this incredibly iconic brand.
I'll tell you why Bud Light's on decline. It's because all those young drinkers who normally would go to Bud Light have found out that, oh, wow, Bud Light actually tastes like shit. And craft breweries are on the rise. I'm going to go to craft brewery and get craft beer instead of fucking Bud Light. Because Bud Light sucks. It sucks. It's terrible. It's cheap. It's shitty beer that you go to a frat party, and that's what they have. Because it was, 2 cases for 24.
Bud Light's fine.
Not.
Like,
shut
if
up.
We're just
Bud
being,
Light is
if
terrible.
we're just being honest,
Bud Light is
Bud Light
second
tastes
worst
like
beer
crap.
ever.
But Bud Light, if you're just drinking at a party and Bud Light's there, you're telling me you're not going to drink the Bud Light?
I'd probably
Come on.
BYOB.
Yeah, then you're high,
Light,
bro.
Dude. I hate it.
I hate it.
It's the worst. It's the worst American light beer.
IBUs. If it's got 80 IBUs, that's the only time I'll drink it.
It's the worst American light beer.
That's stupid.
That's the worst
stupid
American
opinion,
light beer.
Zach.
Name a worse American light beer than that.
Keystone Light. Done.
Okay, you're talking about
Natty
I'd
Light.
rather drink a Natty
done.
Light.
You're
I'd rather drink a Natty
out of
Light than
your
a Bud Light. I'm
goddamn
sorry.
mind.
And by the
You're
way, you don't get
crazy.
Keystone Light ever. That's a terrible opinion. You get a Keystone Ice because number one, it's more alcohol content
and
it's
it
gonna
tastes
taste
worse.
shitty. It's gonna taste shitty, but at least you're gonna get drunk. You never buy Bud Light.
Yes, but that's all you drink Bud Light
Bud
for
Light doesn't
anyway.
have a high ABV. It's got like
That's
4.5.
my point.
If you're gonna have 4.5 alcohol, get a fucking seltzer. Excuse my French. Je m'appelle
You're
Zachary.
crazy. Anyway.
Brought to that was a belief in, okay, what does evolve and elevate mean? It means inclusivity. It means shifting the tone. It means having a campaign that's truly inclusive and feels lighter and brighter and different.
Please stop.
And appeals to women and to men.
Mm-hmm.
And representation is at sort of the heart of evolution. You've got to see people who reflect you in the work. And we had this hangover. I mean, Bud Light had been kind of...
This is the person they hired as their business operation.
In certain...
Again, we'll go back to what her
industries,
team business operation.
In certain industries, that kind of marketing can work. It can. I'm not even saying it's impossible for that to work, but when you're marketing Bud Light is not a beer.
You're marketing golf. You're marketing golf now. Zach, tell me when is this working golf?
Zane,
to do
she's
this?
Specifically talking about Bud Light.
Okay, we know it didn't work.
I am aware that it didn't work. I don't know what her plan is for Live Golf. I could say it's a bad hire because the job she did for Bud Light was terrible, and I'm criticizing the job she did for Bud Light.
Judging by that art behind her, it's pretty clear. Just saying, that's probably has the same opinion about that brand.
Maybe
too.
I don't know.
Zane,
I don't know. I can only judge based on what I'm hearing and seeing about a specific thing. I mean, we can extrapolate it, but like she's talking about a specific mandate she believes she had and her idea to fulfill that mandate, which is an insane opinion to have, and it's why I said it was a bad hire. But like when you're marketing Bud Light is not a beer that people are going to go to because it's like, oh, I see myself in Bud Light. Bud Light's a beer you buy because it's shitty and it's cheap and you can buy it in a lot of volume. That's why you buy Bud Light. It is a frat beer.
Yes.
And that's okay.
It's
agree. It's okay to be a frat beer.
We're agreeing.
But like,
yeah,
you trying to change it from what it is into something it's 100% not is the problem. And that's why the Bud Light boycott happened.
Yes, we agree. All right, now let's cover something that's good for Liv. All right, so Flushing It, they released this great. I always love their coverage. I should probably listen to their podcast more often. Liv Golf's The Duels, that was released on Grant Horvat's channel, reached 1 million views on YouTube within 24 hours, Zach, which is the same amount as the PGA Tour's Creator Classic at the Players Championship that received that same amount in which is the same amount that it received in more than 3 weeks.
Did I say that this was a better format, or did I say that this was a better format?
It's a way better format. I mean, just miles beyond. It really is. I mean, we were talking about this a while back, and they're going to do it again. This is the thing that really bothers me. They're doing the same format for the next Creator Classic on the tour, and they're bringing in all these, like Marquise Brownlee is going to be on there.
He's not even a golf creator.
He's not even a golf creator. Exactly. They're bringing on all these other people. It's like, why? Like, this is just so stupid. This is so stupid. This isn't even YouTube golf at this point. This is just dumb.
This is literally.
I'd rather watch. I'd rather watch.
This is literally watching. This is literally like when you watch a Chiefs game and then putting Taylor Swift on screen every 5 seconds.
Yes.
Oh, this person has a lot of followers on social media. We're just gonna throw them on there.
We're just gonna throw them in a golf tournament. Have people watch their swing. It's gonna suck, but we're gonna have them watch their swing.
Bad at golf. I could see him playing golf.
I don't know. I don't know if he is. I'm just saying.
Have they announced the lineup for the next Creator Classic?
They did.
I want to see it. I want
Brownlee's
to see
on
the
there.
next.
Let's here. We probably find it real quick. Creator Classic. They probably already have a like one of these little. This is Live Golf Insider, and it is awful. Of course, they say past champions Luke Kwan and Grant Horvat are out. They've been blackballed over their kinship with Live Golf, which we don't know that for a fact, but we can probably guess. Matthew Nadeshot Hay, 8-time Call of Duty world champion and founder of esports organization 100 Thieves. Okay. Josh Richards, BFF's podcast. Marquise Brownlee, I know him, but like, what the F is he doing on a Creator Classic? Tyler Tony,
I don't hate
Dude
that
Perfect.
One.
Okay,
yeah, that's a good.
That's
one.
a good one. Paige Spiranak.
I mean,
why? I hate it. I get she's a golf creator. Still hate it.
Don't know.
Sabrina Andolfo, Golf Girl Games. First off, you stole my name, girl. Golf Games was like a Zane thing way before it was like your thing. And then you have Brad Dahlke from Good Good, Sean Walsh from Good Good, and Matt Shore from
Those
Good
are
Good.
the three best ones on there. It's going to be a 3-man race between those guys. And no, not even. It's a 2-man race between Brad Dahlke and Sean Walsh. Those are the only 2 good golfers present.
But why? Like, why is this a thing? And this is just
what,
dumb.
If you want to add me on there,
like, you're just going to do a stroke play? Are you
they're
kidding
just doing
me?
Stroke play again. That's ridiculous. But you know what, YouTube? No, not YouTube. You know what, PGA Tour? If you guys, I know there's no chance you will. If you guys want to pump me in a Creator Classic, dude, I'll play that. I'll play that, and I'll make it competitive. I'll try my hardest. I'll practice for weeks. Oh my God, they actually are doing Nade Shot. It's like an official, like they have a whole thing for it. Oh no. Oh, Eric Anders Lang. I like that.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's fine. Josh Kelly. I don't know any of these people.
I don't know who Claire Hogle is. I know Sean Walsh.
Yeah, because he's on Good Good. But like
there is no Brad Dahlke now. Oh no, he's at the top.
This is this is the B team. This isn't even the B team. This is the F team. What the heck?
If it was Brad Dahlke, Sean Walsh, Matt Scharf, and Tyler Toney, I'm okay with even having Paige Spiranak, and then you get rid of Eric Anders Lang, get rid of everyone else and replace them. Those names are totally useless to me.
It's horrible. And 4 celebs. Who are the 4?
Wait, what's the new format? Does it say what the new format is on that tweet?
It doesn't. It just says plus a new format. I don't know what it. Introducing the field.
I tell you, every year I recognize fewer and fewer names.
Lombard Montague, Grace McLady, Andy Colorado, the Mondo Twins, Purple Stuff, Tank Top.
Game face. Oh my gosh, that's a great name. Every year I
That's an awesome tweet. Christopher Powers, you win the day, dude.
I'm gonna follow that guy. What's his handle? C Powers 14.
C Powers 14.
He's getting the follow.
Dude,
that's excellent, dude.
That was legendary. That was a good pull.
A long time.
That was a good pull. That was awesome.
Christopher Powers. Oh, he's a staff writer at Golf Digest. Yikes.
Yeah, I mean he can be good.
That was great. That was great, Chris. Good job. Proud of you.
Good job, dude. It's fantastic. And that's really all I've got as far as like talking about Live. I haven't seen any more news on like where they're at with the agreement or whatnot.
We do have a tournament this week.
We do have a tournament this week. You're talking about Mexico?
Yeah, Live Golf Mexico City.
Yeah, you can go ahead, go off, King. Do you have anything on it?
Not much.
I'm not able to watch it because of a $60 paywall.
If you could watch it on Fox Sports 1.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome. They're playing in at the Club de Golf Chapultepec, Mexico, starting on Friday. Couple of good groupings to watch. Group 2, Carlos Ortiz, John Rahm, Brooks Koepka should be a fun watch. Then you have Martin Kaymer, Phil Mickelson, Bryson DeChambeau. But a couple good groups to watch if you're interested in tuning in, including Abraham Answer, Mark Leishman, and Patrick Reed. So,
Nice.
couple good groups to watch there. I did make selections for this Live Golf event on DraftKings. Entered a $1 game. Going with Abraham Answer, Sam Horsfield, Dustin Johnson, Phil Mickelson, Carlos Ortiz, and Patrick Reed. I think Patrick Reed's a decent chance he picks up the win this week.
Nice.
Also, like dark horse Abraham Answer. Hasn't been playing great this year, but it's.
And we are going to start, guys. Me and Zach were talking about this before the show. We are going to start. We'll be announcing it next week. We are going to start a weekly fantasy back up. We feel like it's something. We feel like it's a staple, especially since this podcast is about having fun, having a good time. We are going to start doing that again with both events on the PGA and events on Live, and we'll be having you guys join in and bet alongside us.
Yeah.
On whether it be what we decide. We'll be talking about this week, Zach, about FanDuel, DraftKings, whichever one we want to do.
Yeah.
So yeah, looking forward to that. So keep a lookout for that on your socials. We'll be sharing out that information promptly. So
absolutely. And if you guys are interested in playing alongside us and us getting a league going, just let us know. We'll set that up.
Absolutely.
I'd love to do that. But that's all we have for tonight's show. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And check us out if you're listening to this later on Apple Podcasts.
Check the merch link in the bio, people.
There's also merch down below.
Ballsy. You got to get the Bally. Bally? Bally.
I
need Bally.
You changed it again?
No, it's Bally. Where is he? There he is. There's Bally. I've got stuff on the way and it hasn't gotten to me yet. So
yeah, same, dude.
Hopefully this.
I ordered stuff like 3 months. It wasn't from our store.
We might have to change. We might have to change who we use.
We might. But anyway, thank you.